Hello guys, Tino777 back again. Thought I would do another video response. This time it's to SegaCDUniverse, aka Vampire Mike. He asked the question, what are your other addictions besides game collecting? Game collecting and just gaming in general, although it's a pastime that I very much enjoy, it's actually not my favourite. I would probably say that I watch more movies than I game, and I buy a lot of films. I probably enjoy watching films more than I do actual sort of playing games. But probably something that I love to do even more is listening to music. More specifically, I like to listen to hip-hop music. I've been very much into hip-hop since I was 10, and I've been collecting CDs since the late 90s, more or less, mid to late 90s. And I mean, I'm into a lot of groups. I'm into groups like I could go on forever here, but Cypress Hill, Wu-Tang Clan, Big L, who else? Non-Fiction, or all the guys from that crew. I know they're not around anymore. Jedi Mind Tricks, Psycho Realm, Funk Dubious, a lot of guys that I'm into. And my favourite group of all time is the Wu-Tang Clan. And I've been collecting, I mean, amongst my hip-hop collection, I actually collect Wu-Tang CDs, and there's a lot of them. I mean, I'm not just talking about all the albums that they've released in retail. I also have albums that were only internet releases, and then you have to factor in all their affiliates, because I don't just like the Wu-Tang Clan, I also like all their affiliates as well. So if I just show you very briefly a look at some of my CDs. This case I've got here is mostly just Wu-Tang alone. In terms of hip-hop music in total, I've probably got around 1,000 or something CDs. Yeah, just a lot of quality stuff. But if you're not into hip-hop music and stuff, don't worry. I'm not going to spend too much time doing this, and I will move on to other things as well. But just to show you guys very quickly, this is some of my hip-hop and in turn Wu-Tang collection. I've got all the main albums here, but I've got the main Wu-Tang albums, and I've got some of the solo albums as well. This album here, Liquid Swords by the GZA, this is actually my favourite album. Not in hip-hop, it's my favourite album in hip-hop, and I'd probably say it's my favourite album of all time. I absolutely love this album. Came out in 1995, and I still play it to this day with a lot of regularity. It's just my favourite. But it goes on and on. I mean, I've got so many more. All Wu-Tang related albums, affiliated albums, so on and so on. I mean, you get the picture. Yeah, Wu-Tang actually had they had a game that came out during the PS1 era. It was Wu-Tang Taste the Pain. I think it went under a different name in the US. I'm not too sure. It was a 3D fighting game. I have that as well. And the only thing that I don't have is there was actually a Wu-Tang logo gamepad. I would love to get my hands on that. But yeah, so I'm a big fan of Wu-Tang, a big fan of hip-hop. Other things I like, I mentioned before that I like movies, but another thing that I really like is comics, superheroes, stuff like that. I don't really read a lot of comics. I mainly prefer trades. It's just that I just don't have the patience to sort of wait around and buy comics, and comics builds up quite a lot. So I prefer to wait and get the trades and just sort of get the complete story. That's just my preference. But I also like to watch a lot of superhero animated movies, and I have quite a lot as well. But I I do have sort of a lot of the series that came out, like for example the Batman the animated series from the 90s, like I have the entire run of that. I've also got the Superman series that came out during the 90s as well. I've got the complete set. Justice League, I've got that as well. Batman Beyond, it was known as Batman of the Future over here, I've got that. And I've also got these standalone movies. This one is Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. And these are really cool. These are basically storylines adapted from the comics into animated films. And they're not for kids. These are geared towards a sort of teenage to adult audience. I mean, there are deaths in this. There are people get killed in this. These are really good. So I've got this one here. I've got Justice League Doom. Batman Year One. This is a very gritty Batman story. This is basically about Bruce Wayne's first year as Batman. Very gritty. It's based on a Frank Miller storyline. Here I've got Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, which is a movie based on the really great TV show. All-Star Superman, which is another adapted storyline from the comics. Justice League New Frontier. This is a really cool one-off story. It's basically all the recognizable DC superheroes, but it's set in the 1950s. Really, really cool. And here I've got the Blu-ray of the first season of Justice League, the TV show. Then we've got the Dark Knight Returns, Part 1 and Part 2. These are fantastic. Very, very adult. Again, these very gritty, based on the Frank Miller comic book series. Very, very adult in content. This is definitely not for kids. Highly recommended. Let's see what else I've got here. I've got Justice League Crisis on Two Earths. Wonder Woman. This is fantastic, by the way. And Batman Under the Red Hood, which is another storyline based from the comics. So yeah, I've got loads of I love all my sort of animated movies. It seems that DC have the best animated films, but I also have the entire run of the 90s X-Men series, as well as the 90s Spider-Man series as well. Yeah, I'm very much into that stuff. I don't read as much comics nowadays, but I do sort of catch up every now and again when I pick up the odd trade. But you know, going on to like movies as well, and this will in turn lead into another hobby that I enjoy, and that is collecting steelbooks for films. I do like my steelbooks. For a moment, it was becoming a bit of an obsession, but I decided to rein it in because I just realised that it's not worth just filling up my shelves with steelbooks, because they are they are expensive compared to the regular releases. But I'll show you here, because like I say, I'm a big superhero fan and I like superhero movies. So what I actually have here is this is the entire first run of Marvel films, all in steelbooks. So I have here the Incredible Hulk. It's a sideways view like that. I've got Iron Man steelbook, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers. And by the way, this the UK version of the Avengers, or Avengers Assemble as it's known over here, we got ripped off when it came to the special features. We really did. I actually went out of my way to pick up an American import because it's region free, just so I could get the commentary track by the director and some of the other extra features that they left out for in the UK release. But yeah, aside from the very sort of nerdy, geeky aspects of my life, other hobbies I have is I like to go to the gym. Back in the day, I'd probably say a few years ago, I was in excellent shape. I was very much a gym head. Used to wake up very early in the morning, be at the gym by 6. Yeah, I was very much into my gym. I haven't actually been going. I haven't been regular now for about a couple of years. Don't ask me why I fell out of it. I just did. I don't know why. But I am currently going. I'm currently in the gym now. I'm going. I'm training at the moment, trying to get back into shape. But yeah, I love going to the gym. And I have to say, yeah, I'm kind of addicted to it as well. I do love the gym. I mean, obviously now I'm slowly getting back into it, but at the time I was very addicted to it. And that's it, guys. Those are my other addictions. I really hate saying that word. It sounds like I've got a serious problem. But yeah, I am addicted to movies, hip hop music, all that stuff, all that geeky stuff. But yeah, so thanks very much, Vampire Mike, for the question, and I was glad to take part in another community question as well. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be back very soon, and yeah, I'll speak to you later, guys. Bye bye.